Hello students, I wanted to update you guys on how the quiz went yesterday. There was an average score of a 77% and a low score of 60% and a high score of 97. And there was a pretty tight range of scores, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. There were some issues with the content, so a couple students contacted me and let me know that there was an error in the textbook. The Retrieve and Remember box in Chapter 2 stated that the order that electrical signaling takes place across the neuron was dendrites, axon, cell body, and that's not correct. So this was relevant to question 5 on the quiz. Question 5 asked, what's the correct sequence for electrical communication to take place? For how does it travel for the neuron? Now, according to the online module and according to the actual body of the text in the textbook, it does correctly state that the electrical impulse travels from dendrites, where it receives the communication from a neighboring neuron, then it goes to the cell body tissue, and then it travels down to the axon hillock, and then onto the axon itself to go down to the terminal and to have chemical signaling take place, release of neurotransmitters and communication with the next neuron. Because there was a conflict of information, even though the majority of information demonstrated the correct sequence, I'm going to be taking question 5 off of the quiz because of that typo in the textbook in the Remember and Retrieve box. I think this is a good opportunity to illustrate where to focus for quizzes. So when you're studying for the quiz, the content for the quiz is going to focus on the online content. So what has been posted in the online readings, the PsychSim tutorials. There will always be questions that are based on the PsychSim tutorials. So you want to focus your attention, focus your time on what's online. And then if there's a concept you don't understand, email me or go to your textbook, see if you can understand it with what's explained there. But if you're spending all of your time reading from the text, you may not find that's the best use of your time because I am focusing more on what I'm providing online. And now I want to talk about discussion. So there's an issue with students not engaging in the discussion early enough. And this is not allowing other group members to engage in the conversation. So I'm going to address this in 2 ways. The first one is that your groups are going to be larger next week and for the rest of the quarter. So there's more people to interact with. And the second component is that the discussions are going to be open sooner. Originally I was thinking, well, I'll just open them on Monday instead, but a student recommended, and I'm taking her advice on this, that we just open the discussions on Friday, the day after the previous one closed. So then there's plenty of time to engage, plenty of time to get your secondary posts in, because I really want to see that feedback. You're getting a significant portion of your grade from the discussions based on feedback. And that means I need to see multiple posts for you between your group members, making commentary on the subject, making insights, giving each other critique, illustrating errors in their posts, illustrating where they can find information. I love it when students actually cite where they got the info. That allows other students to know, hey, that's where I go to find this. And that's a big key in learning how to study and learning how to write effectively about the content, is knowing where to look for it. So I'm going to be making those changes. So I'll be opening the discussion for next week today, and you'll be able to engage in that very soon. If you have any questions about the quiz, discussions, general course content, please respond here, and then we can engage in a discussion as a class, and then everyone can benefit from your question. Okay, thanks guys.